What's up, YouTube? So I got asked, was the Carol Burnett show the best variety show back in the day? I would probably say yeah. I mean, the style of comedy just hit. I got to see it as a kid. Um, Tim Conway was funny. Like, he really just made you laugh, and Harvey Korman had a way about his persona. Vicki Lawrence was kind of like, dare I say, she was kind of like a TV version of Bette Midler in a way, kind of similar because she did a little bit of all of that, and you were doing theater when you're on the Carol Burnett show, so you had to hit those lines, you had to be detailed, it was a lot of work, but yet it was very scripted, but yet it had ad libs, and they had a way of connecting. Um, that's what you call etch and sketch, one on one. The music was cool. I just liked the vibe. I thought that everything about that show was cool. She did a lot of other variety shows. I seen her get around, but her show was top of the line. Uh, Bob Wagner was on their early part. He stopped into '74. The show was on for over a decade, so that should tell you the impact that they had. And when you had a successful variety show, you can debate it amongst the best shows. And so um, she definitely hit a certain way. And again, you can tell with the audience, you could tell when you watch it, the hindsight, it's still hit. Just like, wow, it still has a way of still connecting. So, and that says something about it because we're talking about a show that's almost 50 years ago when it went off the air. And for it to still connect like that, they got it right. So that's how I would describe it. I used to watch the show, and then I watched all the way till the time it was over, and I watched the reruns, and I was like amazed at some of the comedy trajections and the way they still hit. And Carol Burnett didn't add anything extra; just was pretty straightforward. But it was the way that it was done that it just, it was one of them shows that was well paced, well organized. When you're doing situation comedy or you do anything with a stage, you have to get it to a certain point. And, that was one of the things that definitely connected. So I thought that it was done very well and very well received. And, people held it in regards. And that's one of the reasons why it's still to this day with syndication and stuff, people are still trying to touch it. But I don't know if you can never really improve upon it because I just think that it was really as strong as it was. So it's kind of how I look at it. And if you happen to have a strong cast, strong writing, balance of humor, got good one liners, good punchy storytelling, you didn't won. You have won. You know, if you can get all that done, you've done the thing. If you can't, you got to go back to the drawing board. But how many people are going to pull what Tim Conway was able to do in Harvey Korman and Vicki Lawrence? I mean, those interchangeable parts with Carol Burnett, how many people can pull that off and make that thing work? So, just a tip the cap to a strong cast where chemistry matters and everything. Just looking at it, so it's definitely the Carol Burnett show was definitely one as far as variety shows, and a lot of good memories with it. So, anyway, please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another share if you like, and hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out. Peace one time.